Good day, everyone. I am Vanessa Saldoa Salva, and I am here to tackle about the neoliberalism and the urban condition. Neoliberalism is a political and economic doctrine that emphasizes individual autonomy, equality of opportunity, and the protection of individual rights. So, like primarily to life, liberty, and property. Originally against the state and later against both the state and private economic actors, including business. So there are three types areas to focus in neoliberalism. First, commercial liberalism. It is a branch of international relations theory which states that promoting free trade and economic interdependence is the road to peace, and is advocated by global financial institutions and multinational companies. So it is also defined as an economic theory for advocating the free markets as well as the removal of barriers to the flow of trade and capital as a locomotive for prosperity. Second type is the democracy. So liberalism believes in the true and values of democracy, and it urges the countries to give their best for providing all the rights to people to improve their lifestyle. Third is liberal institution. So neoliberalism is fully focused on the creation of institutions to promote peace and prosperity in the status. And this theory believes in social factors of society and stress for the institution. So let's talk about neoliberalism and the urban condition. So over 2 decades ago, the term restructured a popular label for describing the tumultuous political, economic, and spatial transformations that were unfolding across the global urban system. So, restructuring is meant to convey a break in secular trends and shift towards a significantly different order and configuration of social, economic, and political life. So, it thus evokes a sequence of breaking down and building up again, deconstruction, and attempted reconstitution arising from certain incapacities or weakness. Deconstruction and attempted reconstitution arising from certain incapacities or weaknesses in the established order which preclude conventional adaptations and demand significant structural change. Instead, restructuring implies flux and transition, offensive and defensive posture, a complex mix of continuity and change. So, in the present of neoliberalism and the urban condition, it offers a series intended to capture some of the key ideas developed in this emergent literature. So, number one is neoliberalism is a process. So, neoliberalism is not fixed and in state or condition. Rather, it represents a process or market-driven social and spatial transformation or neoliberalization. Second is neoliberalism is articulated through contextually specific strategies. So neoliberalism does not exist in a single pure form, but is always articulated through historically and geographically specific strategies of instructional transformation and ideological rearticulation. The third one is neoliberalism hinges upon the active mobilization of state power. So neoliberalism does not entail the rolling back of state regulation and the rolling forward of the market. Instead, it generates a complex reconstitution of state economy relation in which state institutions are actively mobilized to promote market-based regulatory arrangement. The fourth one is neoliberalization generates path-dependent outcomes. So it means it does not engender in the identical economic or political or spatial outcomes in each context in which it is imposed, rather as place, territory, and scale-specific neoliberal projects collide with inherited regulatory landscape, contextually specific pathways of institutional reorganization crystallize that reflect the legacies of earlier modes of regulation and forms of constitution. Number 5 is neoliberalization is intensely contested. It is understood as the attempt to impose market-based regulatory arrangement and socio-cultural norms. 6 is neoliberalization exacerbates regulatory failure. So the imposition of neoliberalism has not established a framework for stable economic development. So political regulation or social cohesion. Rather, neoliberalization projects are deeply contradictory insofar as they tend to undermine many of the economic, institutional, and geographical preconditions for economic and social revitalization. And number 7, the last one, is the project of neoliberalism continues to evolve. So the failures of neoliberalism have not triggered its abandonment or dissolution as a project of radical institutional transformation. So to the contrary, this project has continued to reinvent itself politically, organizationally, or spatially in close conjunction with its purposively dysfunctional social consequences.